If you all remember, I did a video a little bit back about Digital Foundry and their reaction towards Horizon Forbidden West and what it looked like and how it upgraded over the previous generation, and it was a true next generation leap and things like that. They were very impressed with what Sony had showcased. Sony showcased games with ray tracing and a lot of next gen features that just are part of what we're going to be getting with next generation, and it's just should be a given at this point. You know, if you're going to showcase something, make sure you have something good to showcase. Now Digital Foundry absolutely obliterated Halo Infinite, Xbox Series X, and a lot of the narratives that were going along with it, kind of counterproductive to what Microsoft has been trying to preach about 12 teraflops and power and things like that. This is going to be a very enlightening video, I'm sure, and I'm looking forward to doing it because I know a lot of you are probably going to get a kick out of it and probably learn some things as well. Let's have some fun, don't you think? What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel and it means a lot to me personally. And if you guys really want to help out, just hit the like button, share it out, hit that bell so you're notified of everything as soon as it drops. That's the best way you can support the channel and stuff like that. I think that that's absolutely incredible that you guys support me. You know, welcome to all the new subscribers, old subscribers, everybody in between. We always have fun. This is always unscripted. No boring scripts here. No nonsense. Just a lot of raw, passionate gaming talk from me. I love gaming. You see that. I do try to do as much new videos as I can, daily content. I record new video game gameplay every single day. You know, it's a passion of mine, and I love it. It's absolutely one of the best things I love doing. So, with that being said, I want to get into it. So, we saw the Horizon stuff. It looked incredible. The stuff at Sony's PS5 reveal looked absolutely insane. People loved it. Now we had Microsoft's big rebuttal was yesterday, and wow, the memes are hilarious. I gotta say, I absolutely love everything about what we've seen, and so far I have to say that it's really just been kind of fun to kind of poke fun at some of the stuff. I'm sure you guys have probably seen the Halo Infinite stuff. This is the problem that I have with Halo Infinite and the way that it's been shown. This is supposedly a $500 million game to develop. When you take into account that it's a new engine, that they've had 5+ years to work on it, and it looks like that. Yes, it's an older build, but still, could you imagine Sony releasing a build that looks that bad of God of War or The Last of Us? Like, you don't do that with your flagship IP. You know, there's already people that are looking for a reason to dislike it. Halo is coming off a disaster in the Master Chief Collection. It didn't work for years. And it also came off a disastrous Halo 5, which people absolutely hated. So, Eurogamer has come out. John Lenneman, who works there as well, he was talking about it. He says, when he was commenting on the screenshots, he says, I kind of feel like we're looking at an Xbox One game that's been enhanced, which is very interesting, right? Because Microsoft is trying to sell us an Xbox Series X, 12 T-flops, velocity architecture, all this kind of stuff, right? But they've actually failed to give us a reason to buy it because they're showcasing us their flagship franchise, and it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. And they did a video, or they did an article about, and it says we should talk about how Halo Infinite looks, and I absolutely thought it was scathing, and it kind of exuberates exactly my feeling, and I'm going to link it in the description so that you guys can check it out. It starts off, it says, let's get this out of the way. I don't think Halo Infinite looked fantastic. I don't think I'm alone in feeling that way, but I think it's interesting to dig into what's going on with the game. An Xbox Series X launch title, but also kind of cross-gen butter. I'll explain that in a bit. Halo Infinite looks better in motion than it does in screenshots. Of that, there is no doubt. In motion, it looks quite fun in an old-school Halo kind of way. It looks super smooth. It sounds great, and it looks like it will feel very Halo Combat Evolved. And I agree. Like, it looks like Halo. You know, I thought it looked very much like Halo. The demo is very much about rekindling memories of what wonderful Halo level in which you landed on the ring for the first time, a level full of mystery scale and, crucially, a warthog. Last night we saw a mystery scale and, crucially, a warthog, and I was delighted by that. I don't even mind the grappling hook, which presented in 2020 as a fancy new first-person shooter mechanic, is a bit silly when you consider how many shooters already have them. Master Chief can deploy a shield now, but honestly, the most exciting new sandbox mechanic I noticed was brutes can chuck grunts at you. Still, throughout the sandbox fun, something troubles me. Halo Infinite just doesn't look right. In motion, it looks fine. It doesn't scream next gen to me, but I'll leave that to the kind analysis of Digital Foundry. What I mean to say is that Halo Infinite looks off, and I've spent the night trying to work out exactly why, and I think the answer lies in the art style. Halo Infinite looks like the fake plastic trees version of Halo, like a video game designed with mega blocks in mind. It pops in all the wrong places. The brutes and their silly faces seem almost plunked down onto the battlefield like a child would arrange toys to bash about in their bedroom. It doesn't feel grounded. It doesn't feel like it has depth. It feels, well, surface level, smooth, and uninteresting. The giant causeway hexagon rocks have been highlighted by many already, and I have to admit they look like they were sculpted in Roblox or something. The ending speech by the new baddie is one of those supposed to be rousing, flashy graphics moments, but I couldn't help but laugh. Where's the blood splatter? Where's the atmosphere? Halo Infinite looks even worse in screenshots, and I'm astonished at some of the official screenshots Microsoft approved for release alongside last night's reveal. They do the game no favors at all. Again, Halo looks so much better in motion, but freeze frame, and you've got a potential viral meme on your hands. Looking at social media this morning, I think Microsoft is already facing this headache. So they're very much pointing out what we've all been kind of pointing out, is this game just does not look good. Supposedly this is a new high-tech engine, and everything looks kind of out of place and fake, and that's not a good thing. There's just no reaction. Not only that, but it also came out as an unconfirmed rumor, of course, that Halo Infinite is not even going to ship with the multiplayer this year, and it's not shipping with ray tracing either. So I can't imagine what to think about this at this particular time. It's just one of those things that I felt like they really did themselves a disservice by showing this, because again, and I've kind of ranted about the showcase that Microsoft did. The thing is, Microsoft doesn't seem to learn. They did that inside Xbox in May, where they promised gameplay and didn't show any, and then they said, yeah, we learned from that. People want to see gameplay. We won't overhype our stuff. Then they overhyped this show and promised gameplay, and they literally showed nothing on Xbox Series X yet again. We're 4 months away from launching this console, and we've seen nothing actually running on it, as Halo Infinite was running on a PC because, quote, they couldn't get it to run steady on an Xbox Series X. They couldn't get it to run on it right. So, again, that's a big problem, and that's something that, they're going to have to deal with. Like, you can sit there and talk about power all you want, but if you're not able to, deliver with the games, then I think that that's a huge issue. So this is sort of the problem that they have. So, and I'll continue. It says, and as bad as is apparent the gameplay demo, in so desperately showing Halo 1 because they tried to recapture that nostalgia, we saw a game that could be driving too far into the past for inspiration. What you end up with is a game that looks like a mod made by Halo fans desperate to revisit the past. Look up and you see that old school Halo 1 Vista, which is a Halo ring, a sun and some sky, but look up in Destiny, which when you think about it is a Halo Infinite by creators of Halo, and you see the wonders of the universe. Halo Infinite looks too much like Halo 1, which is quite the thing to believe. Halo is an OG Xbox game, so its design comes from a time when you couldn't adequately represent the human body and faces and details. Master Chief's whole design is a response to the fact that you can't make people look anything else but blocky. It's why he wears armor that makes him look like luggage. The problem is when 343 take designs from this era and render them with the fidelity possible on modern hardware, you get an art style that's weird and theme parkish. It's like characters from Halo dressing in Halo-themed monkey suits. I'm going to explain this butter bit at the top. Remember in The Lord of the Rings when Bilbo Baggins says, I feel thin, sort of stretched like butter scraped over too much bread? That's Halo Infinite, a game that must look okay on an OG Xbox One, PCs up and down the specifications list, an ultra-powerful Xbox Series X, and when streamed on a phone. No matter how much I want it to be, Halo Infinite is not about selling Xbox Series X. It's about selling Xbox Game Pass, and its art style is just fine for that, but it's not fine for me. So, again, pretty much pointing out that Microsoft doesn't really, they're touting this Xbox Series X as this amazing thing, right? But then at the same time, you have these problems where, you're not really pushing it. And if you're not pushing it, what's the point? That's my whole thing all along. If you're not pushing your hardware, what's the point of releasing new hardware? They've already said, that they're not going to release anything for a couple years that isn't on Xbox One. And when we saw that event yesterday, it makes perfect sense. They just had to come up with some kind of way to damage control the fact that for the first couple of years, they're not going to have anything to release anyway. So why not make it seem like they're super consumer friendly? And, when they release the smaller AA stuff that's possible to probably run on a 360, that it's going to run on the Xbox Series X with a little bit more bells and whistles and an Xbox One and, you know, whatever else. But they realistically, if they don't want to be in the hardware business and they don't want to take advantage of the hardware, they shouldn't be surprised when Sony outsells them 3-1. You know, I just feel like this is a really bad situation, and Microsoft themselves find themselves in these weird spots like this, and they only do it to themselves. They claim they learned from something, and they say something, and then they go out and do the opposite. I don't understand it. It's baffling. It's frustrating. I wanted to be sold on an Xbox Series X so badly you don't even understand, and now we keep seeing this is just a bad situation. You know, I don't know what to say. I will link it. It makes the PS5 look all the more intriguing. Like I said yesterday, the PS5 shot to #1 on the most wish list item on Amazon and other sites as well. People really liking that PS5 now. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch another one of my videos. Have a great day. Stay safe, happy, and healthy. Rack 'em up. Game on. Crapgamer out.